Hey, this is Danny, just confirming day 30 of 30 days of meditation challenge is complete. Woo woo. Good meditation today. Not great. I'll probably do another one later. I have been doing a lot of kind of little mini double sessions, doing my 20 minutes in the morning and then another session at night, especially if I'm kind of like how it happens is I'll be maybe sitting around after dinner or something and like, okay, how do I want to spend the time for the rest of my day? And then my mind is just kind of spinning on a bunch of different things I could do. And then maybe I go into overwhelm or maybe I go into whatever. And if I just calm my thoughts, and not really calm my thoughts, but if I just get quiet myself and watch my thoughts for a little bit, pay attention to my breathing, get a little bit centered, then I usually can get really clear on what I want to do for the last couple hours of the day or whatever. So I've been using it that way. But basically, as I was saying in the last video, it's kind of like I'm using this meditation as a foundation for just building this, powerful, free, centered, divinely guided life that I truly am living and am ready to step into more and more, right? So it's it's very powerful, but very simple. But that is my goal, is to step into freedom and to step into really a whole new realm of kind of knowing myself and freedom. It's funny because freedom can be like having to go to a job every day that you don't like being stuck and being free. Like this whole last year, I haven't had to work a regular job. I haven't had to do hardly anything. There were hardly any have-tos in my life. And there is a lot of freedom in that. But what I'm talking about really, when we talk about real freedom, for me, it has also come to mean that, we have all kinds of things in our mind, all kinds of conditioned ways of being, either, society, our parents, our upbringing, our environment, our culture, they all imprint on us and create these kind of standard ways of being for all of us. We have beliefs, we have regular ways of doing things, and then our brains get very set, kind of those neural pathways. The more certain neurons connect, then they create a pathway, and then it's like your brain's standard go-to. Well, true freedom is that I can be free from a lot of those conditioned patterns and beliefs and get to decide for myself what's important, what I want to, what I call success, basically my thoughts of like everyday life. They're programmed. Like advertisers spend billions of dollars to get in front of you with a commercial and things like that, right? They do that because it works. They do that because in whatever small way they're programming your mind, McDonald's and kids with Happy Meals, they're programming you to come in and to associate, and they're programming you to want fries with that. And there's all kinds of things that we are aware of, and there are many more that we're not aware of. So what I really want to do is kind of get to the next deeper. I'm always looking for the next deeper level of what is running my life that I don't realize is running my life, and that I'm ready to be free from, and I'm going a long way around it because I think sometimes to be succinct with things is to really, really understand them. And I'm not finished with this journey and then talking about how it was to go through it. I'm going through it right now and perpetually am. So the language that I use to talk about it is just what I'm figuring out in the moment. And so I think that the language will get better as I go along. We'll get not better or worse, but we'll get more clear in my mind of kind of what is actually the ultimate goal. And without just the word freedom is literally the ultimate goal, but exactly what that means, because as soon as you start to dive deeper, which is what this whole channel is all about, is diving deeper. As soon as you start to dive deeper, you understand that there's so much more complexity than what you realized. And the question for me now that I've been working on is, what is the best way to kind of go about this? And I'm convinced it's not from the outside in, it's from the inside out. And so that's why we start with meditation. Even if my ultimate goal, one of my huge goals is to do the Grand Canyon Rim to Rim trail, okay? And this is like 24 miles, and it's like miles and miles downhill and then across and then uphill. And the grade uphill, if you were on a treadmill, is like almost 15%, like steadily. So like sometimes it's more than that and sometimes it's a little less, but the average is like, if you took the bottom of the canyon to the top and the amount of miles it is, I did the grade, and the average grade is almost 15%. So you're just walking up, and it's like you're going down like 8 miles, and then you go across maybe 6 or 8 miles. I've looked at this and broken it down, but I can't remember. And then like your last 8 miles are like up, right? So that's the Grand Canyon Rim to Rim. And even if I look at that as a goal, and I look at it even 2 or 3 years out, because the way, you know, in the shape I'm in right now, I could never do it. I could not do it right now. I need 1 year, 2 years, 3 years to kind of get to that point, depending on how fast and hard I want to push myself, and what approach I'm going to take, and also depending on how I want to do it. If I want to try to do it all in one day, if I can go with a tour group and do like it in across 4 days, which is what a lot of things do. Maybe I'll do both. Maybe I'll do the 4-day thing first and then the whole thing. Anyway, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but even if that's like my ultimate like big dream and goal right now, I'm still starting with meditation first. I didn't even start with exercise first. I started with meditation first. So to me, that's working from the inside out. That's getting it right, getting myself centered and right inside, and then knowing that affects everything on the outside. It's not working on any external problems first. It's working on fortifying the inside. So I think that's what I want to say. That's a good thing to say. So that's where I am, 30 days down. I want to continue this. And maybe on this channel, I might do like a weekly short check-in. Maybe for now it'll be weekly, and then maybe after that it'll be monthly or something, but just letting you know how meditation is going. I like the accountability, and I like the fact that it's helping me be accountable, and it's helping me see my stuff that's coming up. Because every time I don't do a meditation or I don't do a video, I can see my stuff, you know, coming up. Well, you missed today, you know, whether it's judgment or whether it's, oh, forget it. Now, you know, I've already had a bad day. Let's just start over tomorrow, or any of these kind of things I'm noticing and having more awareness. And if I'm judging it, then I'm noticing that, and then hopefully pulling back the judgment. Anyway, enough blabbering, enough blah, blah, blah. That's what I wanted to say for today. We're going to keep up the meditation. And on this channel, we're going to get into some other topics and start talking about some other fun stuff. Maybe stuff that I've been reading, stuff that's coming up, ideas that you have for things that you want to talk about, or topics that you're into, or whatever. Please share anything at all in the comments, and we'll take it. We'll kind of create this whole thing together. And I've mentioned before, I love small group work. As far as when you're really, really working on something and you are focusing on it and you're giving it your attention and making it a priority, I love doing small group work, and I'm doing that right now with my intuitive eating. I have a small group, and I'm also doing it with my developing consciousness. And the consciousness piece, I've been with the same small group for over a year, and we're kind of like, do we want to continue, or do we want to get a different group together? How do we want to do this? So we're kind of in flux, but my intuitive eating group is still meeting once a week. Love that stuff. I can pull more intuitive eating in, because actually the intuitive eating stuff is like, it's so relevant to every single thing in life, because that's all I'm trying to do is kind of raise consciousness and awareness and being present and mindful. and bringing it to all aspects of life. And intuitive eating is really just bringing that to food and to eating and to noticing and all of that. So that's really what I'm trying to do with the whole life, with every area of life. So interesting. Well, now I've really kind of gone off the rails, but hey, that's what this channel's for. You know, we're just taking a deeper look, and it's going to get stumbly, and there's also going to be real gems in here that we can kind of dig into, and insights and sparks. I hope this sparks something in you, and let me know, and we'll just keep going. Feel free to throw any suggestions, anything you want in the comments, and we'll take it one step at a time. It's such a small group right now on this channel that we can do whatever we want, and so let's do it. Okay, catch you next time.